So how do you go from working at Chili's to curating your own food and music events? Well, on today's episode, I actually speak with Chef Dro, and we talk about how she actually got her start to killing it in the personal chef game to now. So if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, go ahead and stay tuned and watch this episode. All right, so people know you as the chef, like you killed the pop-up scene, right? So what are some of the things that have led you to actually grow your brand as a personal chef?
Because I feel like I'm just like good at cooking, but I'm good at like so much other shit too. So, and plus I feel like I'm just creative base.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like numerous things that I'm gonna want to do. And plus cooking kills my body.
Really?
Yeah, cooking kills my body.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what led you to, like, I guess the question was like, what led you to help grow your brand as a chef?
The money first.
Really?
Yeah, the money first. I do love what I do, but like the money first. It was paying my bills and just being able to expand and feed more people. You know what I'm saying? So meeting more people. I enjoy watching it grow.
Right.
Yeah.
But how did you make it grow? That's the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm answering all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Promotion. I started off with the food truck. That really like set it off. Working with somebody else. It wasn't even my food truck.
Oh, really?
He let me rent it, and it just kind of turned into my shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
what was the name of the food truck?
It was Donnie. Donnie, what did we have? It was FTVA, Food Trucks of Virginia. We started off with that.
Okay.
And he would just let people come in and rent.
Okay.
He would split whatever with you, and then like I just kept renting it. Nobody else was really making the revenue that I was. Rented. So we started off with that, and tacos. The Taco Tuesday thing went crazy at Sam's Club.
Okay. So was that like what you were just kind of focusing on at that time, just doing tacos? Or?
Yeah, I was trying to do something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was doing the oxtail tacos in 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just doing different things and being able to like put it out there as soon as I think about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So just trying out different stuff and seeing what kind of sticks.
The instant gratification, I like that shit. Watching somebody just eat my shit and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So I'm always big into like, I like to get in people's business, right? Okay. Especially back then. So when you were running the food truck, for the people who are, somewhat interested in maybe that's the lane that they should go, what was the money looking like when you had a food truck?
Since it really wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Even with him, I don't even think he was really making that much money.
Okay.
The money's there.
Yeah.
I've had some really good days, but like if you're not really like selling out,
it ain't
what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not really making the money for real. You gotta have some solid product.
Right.
Because food truck is like word of mouth. I'm about to be late, so I can get this food truck food or whatever.
Right.
Or I'm going here, I'm traveling. Like you gotta have some good food on a food truck.
Okay.
Unless you just sitting around somewhere and you just want to have stuff that's quick.
Yeah.
That matters too.
Got you.
I'm gonna go to the spot where I can get my food real quick. Instead of waiting 10-15 minutes. Whoever got their food, you got that quick as shit. I'm about to go right over there.
Convenience.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Convenience.
That's all it is.
Yes. Okay, so I know you said you had some good days. If you had to put a dollar amount on a good day, what would that look like? Roughly.
And this was before the pandemic. So this was probably maybe like $1,000 a day, $1,200, as in what I'm profiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know we've done. I think the most we did was probably like maybe like $8,000.
Oh, really?
$8,000, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, doing like a festival or something.
Yeah. That ain't bad.
Yeah, nah, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to make that.
Really?
Yeah, within a day at a festival.
Okay.
But it's so much shit you gotta buy. Like you gotta have so much food because that's the only thing with a food truck. Like when you're doing festivals and stuff, who's gonna have food? It's like you want to buy enough, but then you also don't want to buy too much because you don't want to be left with anything. You know
right.
But you also want to be able to keep going like you still got food left. You don't want to sell out too quick.
Sell out within an hour, 2 hours, and people looking like, yo, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, because you underestimated what was gonna happen.
Right. Okay. So I know when I first started really hearing your name, it was more so from the pop-ups. And I actually just came across a video from probably about a year ago. My man Tony, he did a video for you.
Oh yeah, I did an interview with them too.
Yeah. So, you know, I had to do a little bit of research on you. So, what made you kind of get into the pop-ups? Was that like around the same time you were doing the food truck, or was that kind of?
Well, no, I started off, I was trapping out the house.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, trapping out the house, like it would be cars, like the way I had like an open space right in front of it. I stayed in a townhouse on Volvo. And
shout out to Volvo. I used to live out there too.
Yeah, on Volvo. Anybody that know, like the first spot, it would be lines. It would just be like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? So it was just getting to a point where it was just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it was like, let me try to find a space and try to cater at one time to everybody to see how that goes.
Right.
And me getting in the process of hiring people.
Cause you definitely can't do that by yourself.
Yeah, no. Like I'm still working with that too.
Yeah.
Hiring people and then making my life easier.
Right.
Cause I was doing everything. I had to touch everything.
You want yourself ragged doing that.
Yeah, but that's, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, pop-ups. Yeah, shout out to Now You're Cooking. I'm supposed to do a pop-up soon.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to do one around 4th of July, but I retracted on that. So I was like, it's the weekend. I don't want
Yeah, you want to chill.
Yeah.
So what is the key to doing a good pop-up?
Well, I feel like I built it up so much doing stuff at the house that people already knew what they were going to get. Right. So it's like, oh, she's doing this. And it gave me time to have more variety. You know so when I do a pop-up, I can do this, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing wings on Wednesday. I'm not just doing tacos on Tuesday. I'm not just doing fried stuff on Friday. You know, trying to have these themed menus. I can just pick one from each and
kind of do it that way. So I know one of my good friends, Brittany and Javon, they used to do pop-ups all the time. And they were telling me like the key to it is like you can't really have too many things on your menu. Like you gotta kind of keep it real condensed. What are your thoughts on that?
No, that makes sense.
Right.
Because you don't want to do too much because you kind of want everything to go with everything else.
Right.
Like, I can use this from this, I can use that from that. And then that way you're not spending a whole bunch of money. And then you'll kind of know what's going to sell. You want certain things to sell, too. You don't want to be left with anything. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Not being left with a whole bunch of shit.
Really?
Yeah, you don't want that.
Because what do you do with it afterwards? Like, I mean, just cook
depending on what it is, you know, I'm going to give it away, I'm going to freeze it, I'm going to save it or whatever, I'm going to end up eating it for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. So, do you eat, like, your food, like, all the time?
Hell no.
Really?
Yeah, I eat horribly. I eat horribly. And nobody cooks for me. I hate that.
But you have to cook for everybody else.
Yeah, I don't mind cooking I love cooking for people. Like if I'm dealing with somebody or like even my friends and stuff like that. Like when I first like started really cooking out of the house, it was just my friends buying my food.
Right.
It wasn't really nobody buying my food. They would come over, they'll get a plate, we'll all chill, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. Sometimes I do. I'm trying to do that more so I can get rid of the stomach. But other than that, like barely. After I finish cooking, like catering and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody go get some Chinese food.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't want that shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, nah.
And I had your food at an event probably about a month or two ago, and the food was hitting.
That doesn't matter.
No, I feel you though. I feel you.
I don't taste everything. I don't know. I know what it tastes like. Some things is like, all right, bet I know I'm about to eat that.
Yeah.
Or some things be like, damn, that shit came out really good today.
Yeah.
We eating that later. You know what I'm saying?
But 9 times 10, you be like, all right, I'm gonna set up.
I don't clean up the kitchen. And once the kitchen clean,
you ain't doing nothing else.
I ain't come back.
I feel you. How did you get into cooking?
I've always worked at restaurants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like always. And I always got fired.
Why'd you get fired?
I've worked at, well, I'm not gonna say I've always got fired. But I don't know, restaurants are just mad weird. Like,
which restaurants you work at?
Oh shit. Bonefish, Bahama Breeze. I was a manager at Jimmy John's for like 3 years. Chili's.
Chili's is wild. Chili's is trash.
Where else? I'm trying to think of somewhere else. A couple places though.
Yeah, you work mad restaurants.
Yeah, I've definitely worked online a lot. So like my last job was working And when I first started, because I started doing this catering business, this is like my third time, and then this is the time that actually stuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've done this 3 different times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you keep feeding me new information. So, all right. So what about this time made it stick compared to the other 2 times you tried to do it?
Yeah, the other two times, I don't know, maybe I wasn't there with the cooking just yet, because I will say within those 3 times I finished school, I went to school, I was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and go to school. Yeah. Keep cooking, I might as well go get a degree in it.
Like culinary school?
Yeah, I went to culinary school. Okay. So I was like, yeah, I might as well just learn what I don't know. Yeah, and the only thing I really didn't know was like techniques.
Okay.
Other than that,
they ain't really teach you nothing.
They don't teach you how to work in a restaurant. They don't teach you how to work on a line. They don't teach you that you're gonna probably want to quit if you work on Mother's Day. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you tickets where you seeing so many tickets you like, I'm just gonna walk out. Yeah, they don't teach you that. They give you this simulation of a line, and it's like, oh, we got 1 ticket.
Yeah. Well, you got 30 tickets lined up.
No, it's, you know.
How you watched the show The Bear?
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to that.
Yeah, no, that's real life. Like, I remember I worked at Joe's Crab Shack, Mother's Day. It was so many tickets, he just wrapped them around his neck. It was just like, fuck it. He just wrapped them around his neck. He's like, we'll get to it. Just keep going. We'll let you know when you can see the light.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So lately, or relatively lately, you've been doing more DJing.
Yeah.
What has been that transition like? What made you decide that? I mean, you're still cooking, but what made you want to kind of dabble into that as well?
Well, anybody that knows me in real life knows that, like, when I say they're like, oh, not surprised. I've always been really heavy into music. Yeah. Like, back in the day, I'm the nigga with the bootlegs. I used to do street team for Rockets Records when I was in high school.
Really?
Giving out book.
How old are you?
I'll be 38 this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I'm 37, about to turn 38, so I thought you were probably a little bit younger. So.
Nah. Everybody always thinks that, though. They do. They always think I'm older. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But, so, like, I've always done, like, been heavy into music, very knowledgeable. I'm a music nerd.
Right.
My pops is he sings. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just, I used to be at 103 Jams all the time. That's what I originally wanted to do. I wanted to do radio. Okay. But,
like be a radio personality?
Yeah. Okay. I used to always, like, be at 103 Jams chilling and stuff like when I was in high school. Big Dose used to be a mentor of mine. Rest in peace to him. Yeah. So it's I guess it was just something that just was bound to happen. I just didn't know when. Okay. So, like, during the pandemic, I bought a controller. I had already been messing around with the controller before. So I already knew, how to do it a little bit. So I just stayed in the house and just kept, like, practicing. Really? I started doing mixes.
Okay, so what do you kind of, not necessarily specialize in, but what do you want the end result to be when it comes to that?
I just want to keep giving this experience. Like, it's definitely an experience. Like, the music that I play, a lot of Shazamming going on, just like the knowledge, just the vibe. It's just something different. I just feel like we have a lot of the same, especially in this area, that, like, it's time for something different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just got an idea for you.
What?
How you thought about, and you probably already done this, but I feel like this could be something crazy. Have you thought about, like, mingling in the food with having the whole experience where it's like...
Oh yeah, nah. I used to do those. I had Feed Your Soul Fridays because my show's called Feed Your Soul. So in Norfolk, the spot right next to B's Freshtopia, we would do stuff, but I stopped doing it in Norfolk because they started being funny with DJs. The what I'm saying? The fake laws they got.
But I think even having, and we can definitely talk about this off camera, but I just feel like having, like, an intimate where, like, it's almost like a ticketed thing where you
that's what it was. It was ticketed. It was like $35, all you can eat. You pay for your drinks, and you just come and vibe out and just eat and chill. And that was actually growing. You know what I'm saying? I did a holiday party. I would do a soundtrack party, do different theme parties, and it was growing. But, like, it kind of fizzled after the. You know what I'm saying?
You need to bring that back.
I know. I just don't have a space. and don't nobody want to come to Portsmouth because you know I'm always at our house.
That might be the space, but I feel like people will come to that.
They were.
We'll talk about that off camera. Let's continue on. All right, so what are some things that you feel like kind of help you to stand out when it comes to DJing, if anything?
Music selection.
Music selection?
Yeah, all day. Music selection is stupid.
Really?
Stupid.
What is the last song that you played that people like just completely like lost their mind about or just didn't know?
Damn.
Something that you just kind of slid in there and people like, oh shit, I ain't heard this in a minute.
I did play Jumps the Boogie the other day.
Not Timbaland Magoo.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. Nah, I did play that. I'm trying to think of the one joint when I had that soundtrack night. We was all in that joint singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Might have been some PM Dawn or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. I'm definitely mad random with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it fit the vibe, yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's always gonna fit the vibe.
I know me when I go out events, like I rarely go out anymore, but I hate hearing like the same sets.
Yeah, you can
like,
tell what's next.
Yeah, I hate like I've been in a club way too much where I know the bad boy set gonna transition to the Rockefeller set to transition to the Dipset set. It's going like I hate that. So if you give me something that like is completely off the wall but still kind of fits the same vibe, like I'm gonna come back every week.
Right.
Yeah.
And people appreciate hearing stuff they haven't heard in a while. Like,
right.
When's the last time I heard this? I don't remember.
Right.
I just feel like it's way too much music for people to keep playing the same song.
Yeah.
We don't have to hear Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? Every time you got an R&B event. It's crazy. It's just too much music.
Way too much. Let me hear some Tidra Moses.
Yeah, and people get excited when they hear stuff like that because that's what they're listening to on their own time.
Right. Okay. So I just had to throw that out there because DJs, y'all got to do better, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I shoot at a lot of weddings and we getting the same sets over and over and over.
Same mix.
Yeah, y'all got to do better than that.
Yeah.
So what's the end game as far as DJing? I feel like I just asked you that, but I feel
the end game. I'm not sure yet because I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm just like really kind of getting going. Like people are just finding out about the show and everything like that. So, yeah.
But I guess, where do you kind of see yourself like in the next couple of years at? Like, did you want to kind of stay with like, doing like the house parties? Do you want to kind of do larger events?
Yeah, I want to do larger events. I can see myself like on some Vegas shit, to be honest. Yeah, like out with like Clubhouse, doing different sets, just going places doing sets. Yeah, so. Is
the house like kind of techno scene? Is there a scene like that in here in Virginia? Or?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I think that's something I would have to travel. And then plus I want to tap in. I've been reading a lot about listening bars. So like.
I ain't never heard of that.
Right. They do these and they're starting them on. I saw one that's like one in Florida, one in Cali. And they do them in Japan a lot too. People just go just to listen to music. Listening bar, like you don't really do too much talking, just straight listening and like Shazamming the whole time.
I ain't mad at that.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
So like, I wouldn't mind bringing that concept somewhere. I think that's gonna be something that grows.
Okay. All right, cool. This is a pretty good conversation. Before we kind of wrap this up, I do have my skip the line question.
Okay.
So for the people who want to be Chef Dro, the version of you 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. The Chef Dro that was working in, Bonefish or, Chili's or whatever, that was trying to make it out. What advice would you give to that version of yourself?
Stay consistent.
Okay.
Staying consistent.
Staying consistent with what? I try to make it a little bit more tangible than that. So
I don't know, man. Setting a goal and staying consistent. Like if that's what you want to do, figure out the best way to get to that.
Yeah.
And staying with that. And like really it's just shit so weird. Shit is weird because like it really be feeling like nothing is gonna happen or nothing is gonna come together, and then it just kind of does. So like everybody, but trust the process. You really do. Like that's some real shit.
Because
Like,
you got to stay consistent to kind of be in a space where blessings or whatever kind of pops up for you. Like things don't happen to you just by sitting on the couch. Like you got to be active. People got to see you working, and then once they see you working, then it's easy for them to slide you an opportunity and stuff like that, and just kind of go from there.
Hard work really does matter.
Yeah.
Like I definitely learned that part. Like for me to get to the point where I can like take a week and just kind of just chill and just kind of just do other things is a blessing. I couldn't do that before.
Right.
Like, I was working every day. And my bank account was still in the negative. So like we're in a different space. I can see the growth. You know what I'm saying? So